Hey guys, so this is a brand new view. I've never filmed like this before. I got a new vanity. I just actually finished filming my vanity, new vanity update video. And I currently still have my old vanity, which is what I'm using sitting right in front of me. So it looks a little bit different. I actually don't know how I'm going to film tutorials once I get rid of my second vanity, because I'm not gonna keep two vanities. That would just be silly and I don't have the space for it. I think I might get just a small little kitchen, not a kitchen table, what are they called? Folding table, TV table, TV tray. I think I saw Nicole Guerrera had that, and she had it in front of her, and that way you can still see my vanity in the background of videos. I don't know. I'm totally off topic. That is not what this video is about at all. So, hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a drugstore versus high-end comparison video. So, these contour kits have just been so hot the past probably year in the makeup industry, and it wasn't until recently that drugstores didn't have any. They didn't have contour kits, so it was mostly just high-end brands that had contour kits. So this one is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Palette Volume 2. I don't know what Volume 1 looks like. Maybe it was darker or something. I'm not too sure, but I got this for Christmas. It was in my what I got for Christmas haul, and I have been loving it to death. So it has a matte bronzer right here. This is their Park Avenue Princess bronzer. It's matte. It's perfect for my fair skin. I use it to contour with. I use a different product to bronze with, but love it. Then it has a blush right here. I actually do not know what blush it is. Does it have it on the box? It doesn't have it on the box, but it's like a peachy pink with gold sparkle in it. It looks a lot like their color Glisten, so it might be their color Glisten. And then it has a shimmery highlight in it. So I have been using this non-stop, and then the other day I was at the drugstore and I saw this by Maybelline, and I was like, it was one of those products where you immediately gasp when you see it because you get so excited. That's what this is. So I haven't tried this yet, so I can't tell you whether or not I love this product, but I did want to compare the two. So this one has very similar, it comes with a brush, by the way, which I don't think I'm going to use, very similar products in it. So it has a matte bronzer that looks very similar in color. It has a slightly shimmery blush. It's not quite as shimmery as the one in the Tarte palette, and then a shimmery highlight in it. So this video, I wanted to swatch the two together, show you what the swatches look like, and then put one on one half of my face and the other on the other half of my face so we can see what they look like and see if they're comparable. And if you're somebody who likes to save money, why not get this one? This one is, I think, $40 in the 40-ish range, and this was $12 or $13. So if you can save yourself 30 bucks, why not, right? Okay, so here is some swatches of the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. So here's the bronzer, here's the blush, and here's the highlight. You probably cannot see the highlight because it is pretty much my exact skin tone. Where is it? Right there. So there's a highlight right there, but you can see, aside from the highlight, which is not really meant to be, there you go, you can kind of see it. It's not really meant to be a dark color, but you can see they're pretty pigmented, and these were each with one swipe. So now I'm going to swipe the Maybelline one right next to it, and I'm going to do it on camera with you guys so we can see together how they compare. So let's see. Here's the Maybelline bronzer. It's more red. So it has a more reddish orange undertone, whereas this has more of a grayish beige undertone. So that's a difference I noticed right off the bat. Pigmentation, it's very soft though. It has really soft texture to it. So there's the bronzer / contour color. Let's look at the blush. So let's see. Here's the blush. The blush is nice. I might like the color of the Maybelline blush better than the color of the Tarte blush. So this was 2 swipes of the blush. You can see it's a little bit more pinky purple, whereas the Tarte one is a little bit more golden peachy pink. So there is that. Now let's compare these highlighters. So, okay, let's see. I want to make sure I don't swatch on top of it. Okay, here is, wow, yeah, you're not going to be able to see that at all. I can barely see it. Let's see. Okay, there you go. So here's the Maybelline highlight, and here's the Tarte highlight. So you can see the Maybelline one has a little bit more of a pink undertone to it, whereas the Tarte one has more of like a golden pink. No, not even a pink, a golden yellow undertone to it. So there they are. So it looks like these colors are not quite as similar as I was hoping, but you know what? I'm gonna go for it anyways. I'm gonna put one on one side, one on the other. Let's do Drugstore on this side and High End on this side. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's just go for it. First, I want to start out with bronzing my face, so I haven't done any of that. I haven't put any cheek product on now, in case you're wondering why it looks so weird. So I want to bronze really quick, so I'm just going to use my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil and my Marc Jacobs The bronzing brush and just bronze up my face a little bit. I always do this before contouring. I was watching somebody's tutorial the other day, forget who it was, and they actually bronzed after they contoured, and it didn't look bad. It looked pretty good. It kind of helped to diffuse out the contour, so I might try that in the future, but today I'm going to bronze first. That looks like it did not do anything on camera, but I promise in person I look nice, like a bronzed goddess. Okay, now let's do the... I'm really scared. I've never used Drugstore products on my cheeks before. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm kind of scared. So let's see, what did I say? Did I say Drugstore on this side? I think I did. So I'm gonna use, this brush is the MAC 188 brush. I use this to contour all the time. It is one of my favorites. It's like a flat top duo fibered kabuki brush. So I'm gonna, let's see, just dot it in there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's see, first impressions. It is not as pigmented on my cheek as I was expecting. The Park Avenue Princess, the Tarte one, is like super pigmented. You'll see when I put it on my cheeks. So that is interesting. It's coming off really well on camera. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. The color seems to look okay. I mean, it does have more of like a, kind of like a terracotta, like reddish orange finish to it, but that's good for summertime, which it's not summertime right now, but okay, so now I'm gonna do the same thing, but on the other side with the Park Avenue Princess one. So you can see this is gonna be, it's really, really pigmented. Yeah. It's much more pigmented than the Maybelline one, so you don't need as much product, which is good. In fact, I think I might have too much on my brush. I'm gonna try to buff it off on my hand. There we go. Okay, well here is the Drugstore side and here is the high-end side, and I have the window like natural light on this side, which is probably why this side looks a little bit brighter and this side looks a little bit darker. I hope that you guys can see, but you can definitely tell this one is much more pigmented. This one is a little bit less pigmented. I actually kind of like the Drugstore side better than the high-end side. What do you guys think? Now I'm going to move on to blush. So my brush I like to use is a Sigma Large Angled Contour Brush F40. And let's see, I'm assuming that the blush will not be as pigmented since the contour wasn't, but let's see. Oh, it's pretty pigmented actually. Wow. It's actually much more pigmented than I was expecting. So I'm gonna go in with a clean, this is the Sigma F30, and just kind of buff it out a little bit. I like the color though. It's like a cool toned, natural matte. It looks matte on the cheek. Pink, so I actually really do like the color. Now I'm gonna move on to this side and use the Tarte more peachy pink. I wanna say this is their color Glisten, but I don't know right off the bat. So let's see. So yeah, definitely more pigmented. But the colors are not the same at all. This one is more of like a salmon-y peachy pink, and that one's more of a cool tone pink. They're both very, very pretty though, but you can tell just by looking in the camera how much more pigmented, even after buffing it out, this side is compared to this side. Last step is highlight. So to highlight, I'm going to use the Sigma F35 tapered highlighter brush, and let's see. Okay, so here's the Drugstore side. Oh wow, that's pretty. I like that. I don't know how well you guys can see that. It's kind of nice to have a more toned down highlighter. I think we're so used to like the over pigmented, like crazy highlighters because that's what's in right now, but sometimes it's nice to just have like a subtle highlight. So yeah, not bad, I like that. And then on to the high-end side, the Tarte one. I don't know what this color highlighter is, but it's really pretty. So same thing right on my cheekbones. You can see how much more pigmented this one is, holy cow. I think I put too much on the brush. I was using a heavy hand because I was expecting the same thing as like the Drugstore one. Okay, so that is what it looks like. So we have Drugstore on this side, high-end on this side. I think overall, I mean, obviously high-end is going to be more pigmented. You don't have to use as much product. It blends pretty much the same though. I think blendability-wise, they're pretty much, I mean, they're pretty comparable when it comes to that. As far as which one I think I prefer, I think I like the colors overall in the Park Avenue Princess a little bit better. I like the highlighter color a little bit more. I like the contour color a little bit more. I think it's just a little bit more natural because it has like the grayish undertone. But this is a really, really good alternative. If you're somebody who's on a budget or just really likes drugstore products, check it out. It's like 13 bucks, pretty inexpensive. I didn't even try to use this little brush. I don't like brushes that come with products. It's so tiny, I don't even know what I would use it for, maybe to contour, but anyways, that is my comparison. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if there's any other high-end versus drugstore videos like this that you want me to do. The drugstore has so many good things out right now that like I could probably do a high-end versus drugstore in like anything. So let me know and I will definitely hunt it down and check it out and do that for you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye guys!